Welcome to my channel, and today is Saturday. I'm going to give you some technical tips today, and today's my first technical tip is going to be what should you consider when you buy a computer. Let's go on. If you're buying a computer, that may be a Mac or Windows or anything, first of all identify the usage for what you are going to buying it, or a basic usage or pro usage. Basic usage include browsing internet, doing some document works, presentation works, and other. And pro usage include if you are a programmer, developer, video editor, or like that. So, what do you think? What to consider while you buy a computer? Let's go on with this video about this Mac. And here you can see many things. It contains Mac OS X Sierra version 10.12.6, and it is MacBook Pro 15-inch mid 22 The main thing you consider is processor. Mine is Core i7 2.3 GHz. Memory 10 GB. It has at first it had only 4 GB, and I extended it up to 10 GB. I have a startup disk 1 because I have multiple disk partition over here. And when you are working with graphics, you should consider these things. Intel HD Graphics 4000, that is 1.5 GB around I have. That is 1536 MB, and serial number is okay. I have display. Display is just 1440 into 900 pixel. Currently I have. Present Macs have, I think, more discs, more resolutions. Similarly, you have another thing you have to main consider is your storage while you're buying a Mac or Windows computer. Storage, it's loading. What you need to do, if you look at here, I have 3 disk partition over here, right? It's of 100 GB and one is of 200 GB. That is, I have around 500 GB disks, and it is shown here 500 GB SATA disks I have. Since it's a bit older Mac, it has only the SSD drive. Present Macs come with SSD, I think SSD drive. SSD is generally very faster, and what can you do with it is you can make the OS load from that disk and applications from that disk so that your Mac or your computer get started very fast. This is a little bit slower. If you have opportunity to add another also hard disk, also I better suggest add one SSD of around 128 GB and use hard disk of 1 TB or 500 GB if it is possible. Consider that thing before you buy Mac or Windows computer. And what is done, always make your disk partition very well. Do not load everything in one partition. I recommend using disk 1. Here I have 3 disks, disk 1, 2, 3. Disk 1 basically I keep softwares and applications and system. You can see the yellow partition, that is system, that is Mac OS X loaded over here, and apps. And I prefer using disk 2 and disk 3 for files so that applications and systems get loaded faster because there is no interference of anything other thing, and files are in other disks, so that when you load applications it will load faster and you can transfer files over there. Memory, another main thing to consider. Here is 10 GB installed. Basically this Mac came with 8 GB memory, so that it became 10 GB. Current Macs, I think they have inboard memory, so that they are non-expandable. You cannot expand these memories, so you have to buy a Mac with higher memory if you are using the Mac for pro usage. For basic usage, 4 GB or 8 GB memory might be sufficient for you. For pro usage, I recommend using 10 GB or even higher. 10 GB, 16 GB, maximum recommended 16 GB, and for basic usage 4 or 8 GB might work for you. And support and service are here, so that what you mainly consider is when you are working with graphics, always consider these things. Intel HD graphic, it might go up to 2 or more GBs. I rarely work on graphics, so 1.5 GB, around 1.5 GB is enough for me. And also these displays current with high pixels, high resolutions it comes. And what the other thing is, think you it's if you have one SSD and one SSD loaded in your Mac or the Windows, it will be much more better. And another main thing to look is the memory. 8 GB and 2 GB installed. I recommend using, if you are a basic user, 4 or 8 GB might work for you, and if you are a pro user, I recommend using 16 GB or above. And another is, what you need to do is look is your processor. There is mine, it's 2.3 gigahertz Intel Core i7. So I recommend, don't, for pro users i7 is excellent, use i7. For basic user i5 might will work for you. So the main thing to consider while you buy a Mac is consider your processor. What processor is in that computer. Consider display. If you are to be worked with graphics, consider this goes higher than 2000 or even 3000. And storage mainly what we can do is storage. You should consider storage too, because too much low storage might cause problem while you are working. You may have to carry a external hard disk drive to load all your backups and files. So it will have better if you have more storage, and it will be much more better if you have one SSD loaded in it. Memory, as I said, for basic user 4 or 8 GB might work, and for pro users I recommend 16 GB or 8 GB or 16 GB above. This was what my suggestion for buying a Mac or Windows computer according to usage.